thrash metal pioneers from the San Francisco Bay Area, Death Angel, have just unleashed their official music video for a brand new single that's been 6 long years in the making, Wrath, Bring Fire. This explosive track, captured on film by director Edgar Salazar, comes straight from their Summer of Wrath Tour 2025 across Europe, and it's sure to reignite fans' passion for the genre. But here's where it gets controversial. What if a song about personal fury and medieval fantasies taps into something deeper in our collective psyche? Stick around, because this isn't just headbanging. It's a raw look at anger in the modern world. For beginners diving into heavy metal, Thrash is all about fast-paced guitar riffs, aggressive drumming, and lyrics that scream rebellion. Think of it as the adrenaline-fueled cousin of rock and roll that emerged in the 1980s with bands like Metallica. Death Angel, formed in 1982, are veterans in this scene, known for their technical prowess and powerful anthems. And this latest release, Wrath, Bring Fire, marks their first full-band song since the Grammy-nominated album Humanicide in 2019. But here's the part most people miss. It was actually penned during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, a time when the whole world was grappling with isolation, confusion, and pent-up rage. Vocalist Mark Osegueda shared some heartfelt insights about the track's origins back in May when it dropped. Wrath, Bring Fire represents the first Death Angel tune with the entire lineup since Humanicide. Yet its roots go back to January 2021, when I, like everyone else, was confined at home, feeling utterly adrift, furious, and bewildered. During that period, I found myself glued to the TV more than ever, especially medieval and fantasy series that were booming in popularity. Looking back, it makes total sense. We craved escapism from the global chaos. These shows partly fueled the lyrics, blending an ancient, world-ending war from fantasy with my real-life approach to conflicts. Unfortunately, if someone pushes me too far, or I sense injustice, things can escalate into something truly unpleasant for everyone involved. As with all my work, the words only materialize after the music inspires a vivid picture in my mind. Guitarist Rob Cavestany's compositions for this piece, combined with those TV sagas and the personal turmoil I endured, trying to rediscover myself amid a nightmare era, merged with my ongoing battles against aggression and wrath, especially when I feel betrayed. And yes, it still flares up today, unsure for many of us, particularly from those nearest who think they're outsmarting me, but are really just being deceptive and transparent. For anyone who resonates with this theme, and I bet that's most of us, this song is dedicated to you. If you're dumb enough to exploit me once or repeatedly, remember Al Capone's words. Don't confuse my kindness for weakness. I'm kind to all, but unkindness, that's not the trait you'll recall about me. With that in mind, when I arrive, I'll bring fire. As we previously covered, Death Angel is gearing up to mark the 35th anniversary of their iconic album, Act 3, by playing it in full on a fall 2025 US tour. They'll be joined by VIO-LENCE, stepping in for the originally slated Toxic Holocaust, Lions at the Gate, and MISFIRE. The journey begins on November 26 at Denver's Oriental Theater in Colorado and concludes with festive holiday performances on December 18th and 19th at San Francisco's The Fillmore. Back in March 2024, guitarist Ted Aguilar chatted with El Planeta del Rock. Check out their YouTube channel at https://www.youtube.com/El Planeta del Rock. Teasing a bunch of songs, a lot of skeletons, meaning rough ideas waiting to be fleshed out. We dedicated the first 3 months of the year purely to writing, he said. No other activities, just creating. We've got plenty of those skeletons, and we're eager for Mark to add vocals. Osegueda also lent his voice to Kerry King's solo debut, From Hell I Rise, released in May 2024 through Reigning Phoenix Music. Talk about a crossover in the metal world. In another March 2024 interview with El Planeta del Rock, again via https://youtube.com/@elplanetadelrock, Osegueda expressed enthusiasm for the new Death Angel material. It's progressing wonderfully. We're thrilled about it. Rob Cavestany in a separate sit-down with Elevar Magazine. Read it at https://elevarmagazine.com/Rob Cavestany and Death Angel's Unbreakable Spirit. Confirmed progress on fresh tunes. I prefer not to spill all the details. Better to wait for solid updates, he noted. But I can share we're working on about 7 tracks right now, and I'm deep in my creative groove, my ultimate comfort zone. If we can resist taking every tour invite, though we adore performing, we might finally wrap this album. Drummer Will Carroll also posted on social media in March 2024, calling himself stoked with the new music's development. The inspiration is surging, and we're producing at a brisk pace, he wrote. I can't wait for Death Angel fans worldwide to experience this, and hopefully we'll win over some newcomers. These are exciting times. Earlier that year, in January 2024, Will updated that he and the band were fully immersed in crafting the next album, getting it written and demoed. It was refreshing to collaborate with Rob Cavestany again, he shared. Avoiding recycled concepts is tough, but so far it's feeling original and energized. By July 2024, Aguilar discussed their creative flow with Vikram Chandrasekhar. Rob handles the core writing. He lays down the basics, then teams up with Will to refine and record. Once it's polished, it goes to the rest of us. Damien adds his bass, Mark crafts lyrics and melodies, and I consult Rob on guitar parts to match his vision. We rehearse extensively, then suggest tweaks, maybe extend a section or alter a beat, and Rob's open to experimenting. It always boils down to what clicks. Occasionally, Rob pens lyrics himself, with Mark's approval, but Mark does the bulk. He dives solo with headphones, exploring melodies in solitude, refining them before demos. In the studio, things evolve through repetition, sometimes staying true to the original, sometimes undergoing major rewrites. Rob's the primary songwriter. I contributed 1 track on the last album. Now, I'm pitching ideas to him. If he likes any, great. If not, no hard feelings. He knows the Death Angel essence best. Death Angel's discography includes a live album from November 2021, The Bastard Tracks, via Nuclear Blast, captured at San Francisco's Great American Music Hall on May 22, 2021, and live-streamed shortly after. It's a collection of deep cuts and rarities from their back catalog, available digitally, on CD, vinyl, and Blu-ray. In October 2020, they dropped a 4-track EP, Under Pressure, featuring a cover of Queen and David Bowie's hit Under Pressure, a fresh original, Faded Remains, and acoustic takes on A Room with a View from Act 3, and Revelation Song from Humanicide. Production was handled by Max Norman, known for Ozzy Osbourne, Megadeth, and Bad Company, with mastering by Ted Jensen, famous for Lamb of God, Machine Head, and Hailstorm. Their 2019 release, Humanicide, reunited them with producer Jason Sukoff, Deicide, Trivium, at Audio Hammer Studios, plus mastering by Ted Jensen at Sterling Sound, and cover art by Brent Elliott White, Lamb of God, Megadeth. This album brought them back to Nuclear Blast. Tragically, in March 2020, Will Carroll battled COVID-19 severely, spending nearly 2 weeks on a ventilator in a Northern California ICU. He fell ill during the Bay Strikes Back 2020 tour, with Testament and Exodus across Europe. Humanicide earned Death Angel their first Grammy nod in the Best Metal Performance category for the title track. Will joined Death Angel in 2009, replacing founding drummer Andy Gallion. Now, isn't it fascinating how a song born from pandemic isolation and fantasy escapism can mirror our own struggles with anger and betrayal? But here's the controversial twist. Some might argue that embracing fire in lyrics glorifies aggression. Is it cathartic release or a slippery slope toward real-world conflict? Do you think art should confront our darker sides, or does it risk encouraging them? We'd love to hear your take in the comments. Agree, disagree, or share your own stories of channeling fury into music.